Happy New Year, friends! It's 2025 and it's also almost March. I'm sorry for the delay. I've been sick in bed for a month and hopefully that's been my flu quota for the year because, man, it was rough. Whew, I'm trying to muster up the energy for this video. It's probably my 8th attempt and the previous attempt was very good and then the video was corrupt. So now I have to do it all again. But isn't that the journey, friends? Sometimes things work, sometimes they don't. And you just kind of have to go with the flow, give the same level of effort and enthusiasm, and not let it get to you, because life is going to happen. So, let's begin with a good note. I broke a new record. So, my previous longest held trade was 98 points. It's now 139 points. Yay to me. Tap on the shoulder. If you want to hear about today's trading session, skip towards the latter half of, or the latter bit of this video, because I'm basically going to split this video into thirds. First third is talking about the broker and its updates about its demo account, because if you remember in the previous video, they said that the brokerage is going to delete my entire demo account because they're doing a new system. So I'm just going to talk about that story. Second, part of the video, I'm going to talk about what I've been up to. I made some spreadsheets, some new ideas, and what's been working and kind of where my headspace is at about how in-depth and specific I want to speak to you about the things that I'm doing internally. Finally, I'm going to talk about today's trading session, and then the last thing is that I'm going to test putting in the bottom description of the video a link to my Google Drive with a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is a download of everything, my entire trading history. So instead of me just saying numbers, you can then pull up the spreadsheet or basically if you want to. This is very much for me too. Pull up the spreadsheet and you can reference the numbers that I'm talking about and the trades I'm talking about. It's just my way of being as accountable to me and as accountable to you as I can. Now, is there the argument that because there are a million fake YouTube trading gurus out there, can you argue that all this stuff is made up, bullshitted, photoshopped, whatever? Yes, it's a valid argument. Here's my counter argument. I wouldn't be wasting my time. I have better things to do than coming up with arbitrarily really bad spreadsheets. I'm not here to sell a course. I'm not here to do that. I'm doing this as a trading journal thing for me. That said, somebody did give me an idea recently this week, and I think I'm still playing around with it, but I think just for me, I'm gonna create it just because it sounds cool. It sounds exciting for me to create. It's kind of and my reason, the idea is this is the stuff that I know, and it will equip you to get started on a demo account. How to get started on a demo account course. I don't know. I need to play around with it, with the idea. But it's here's the knowledge, here are the resources that's going to save you a whole bunch of years. I'm not going to give you any strategies. You're not going to be making any money. Don't think that you're going to come into this with strategies. This is not get rich quick. This is just everything I've learned up until now, and it's going to equip you with getting ready for the demo account. Simply because I recently purchased a course, and that course was so bad, man. So bad. And dangerous as well. I wasn't expecting that poor quality coming from that particular person who I bought the course from, because that person actually is very successful. And the person who that person has learned from, I bought their course, and their course was phenomenal. But now I understand why you always need to find the source of the person, of where's the source, the gold of the information. Who did that person learn from? And who did that person learn from? And so you find person numero uno. But anyways, this most recent course that I'm talking about, their whole thing was also I will equip you on how to get started on a demo account, and this is my methodology and how I trade. But it was dangerous. They never talked about stop loss. They never talked about. So I saw that, and I just thought that person is probably made a ton of money out of making a really poor quality course. Why? And people probably lost a lot of money too. why am I holding back my talent? So that's where I'm at. And it's very funny because I started this video talking about that this is like my 9th attempt, but this whole kind of spiel about me rambling on about creating a course or not, or creating something, this is new. This is new kind of, it's coming from the heart. So I just kind of want to put it out there that I'm not here to BS you with made up accounting and made up spreadsheets. It's as accountable as I can be to me and to you. And like it's part of the journey, because there are fake gurus out there. They really are. And I'm not a crook. Simple as that. I want to succeed, and if other people, and if I can give you some, that's why I'm making this. Like, I'm doing this for me, but at the same time, if there's just one thing that helps you to succeed in your trading journey, then amazing. That's like a cherry on top. Whew, cool. So, let's recap. First half of this video, we're going to be talking about the broker. Second half of the third of the video, we're going to be talking about things that I adapted, changed, leading up into third of the video, where we're going to be talking about today's most recent trading session on Dow Jones. It is 1 o'clock in the morning at the time of this recording, which is perfect because this will be out and then it'll be 2 a.m. and then that means Japan session. So good, I'm on track. Let's talk about the broker. So the broker changed stuff, and subsequently I completely bombed an account because I wanted to try very tight stop losses. And so subsequently it just goes to show that you press the button to get in and immediately hits the stop, and like if you just keep pressing the button, it is amazing just how quickly you can lose a tremendous amount of money. That's why you use a demo account, because if you are playing around with niggling ideas or niggling thoughts, why on earth, if they are not tested, would you be using real money with your dumb ideas? That's why you have a demo account. And if you cannot find profitability with any form of idea on a demo account, then why on earth are you using real money? It's simple. They give you demo accounts for a reason, guys. Use them. So I bombed out my demo account with that particular idea. Like a little button came up that said like, warning, you've used enough, like all of the entries that we allot you for a demo account. So previously I just emailed their tech support and said, guys, like, listen, I trade in a certain way, unlock, give me infinite entries. Previously they were like, sure, no problem. However, this time around they go and they say, sorry, here's our new system. However, here are some workarounds for you to set up a brand new demo account. And I'm glad that I went through that, because that was like a fear that I had actually. And so I'm glad I've gone through that workaround, just in case it happens again. It might. Who knows? So another thing is that they keep a brand new update came out literally a few days ago, where now all of a sudden you can have multiple different charts on your screen. Previously, yet it was more of a manual operation. So it's cool that all these updates come, and at the same time, that's the whole journey, because there are going to be new things coming every now and again, and you have to just roll with it. Just continue to be in flow and keep that end goal in mind of what you actually want and why you are going through this process. It will allow each new obstacle that comes your way to feel less emotional, because like you're focused on what you actually want as opposed to focusing on like each new complication and all the different emotions that might come if you don't resolve that. So that's everything on the demo account side. Let's talk about the back end, things that I've been working, like playing around with. So, okay, I designed a very immaculate looking spreadsheet. And that spreadsheet on one side said, it was like risk mitigation, like if the trade is wrong at this level, get out. If it is wrong at even further level, get out. And then this is where like my stop loss is. So it's kind of like, how do I beat my stop loss if I'm in a bad trade? How do I get out sooner? And on the other end said, okay, cool, if the trade is in a certain direction at this level, stack. At this level, stack again. And then when I applied it to a live market, I might as well have just not done the spreadsheet in the first place. And that's cool. I'm glad that you go through these processes, because you have to tweak. You have to smooth things through and iron out creases. Because I've gone through that using all these different tools as well that I've learned along the way. I basically just looked at my 1 minute chart that I've been focusing on this whole time, and I counted up all the accumulated losses. And when I did that, I realized that they all actually, like, all those accumulated losses actually just came up to what would be like one potential loss on a 10-minute chart. And then when I started to look at the 10-minute chart, then everything, like, I just had a bit of a light moment, because I pretty much just realized all these fluctuations look like there's so many different opportunities on a 1 minute, but actually, like, you don't know the direction, and you most likely would get stopped out quite a few times and lose quite a lot of money. In a 10-minute chart, even though you're risking a lot more of my very precious capital, I think of it like of Elon Musk's like rocket. I have one rocket, it has to go up, it has to not blow up, and it has to be caught. So that's why I need to make sure that I'm bullseye every single time. That's a tough ask when you're playing with probabilities, but you can definitely smooth it towards your favor with more practice. That's called mastery. So anyways, I looked at the 10-minute, and the risk for the 10-minute on the downside is, yes, a lot of money, but also it's very easy to see which direction the trend is going. And so as a result, if I get in and I'm wrong, I can very quickly get out. And it doesn't necessarily have to hit that massive stop loss. And if I'm right, I can ride it out and then still use my 1 minute to analyze, is it still continuing to rise, or is it beginning to turn around? And if it is beginning to turn around, can I instantaneously get in on the turnaround? And that's been very good to me. So on top of that, it feels like everything is coalescing together. All the different tools and techniques that I've learned from all these different teachers that I've had along the way, all the different things that I've personally learned along the way, I'm finally beginning to put them on the spread on the charts. And I'm beginning to see that one particular tool is actually really good for an entry, and another tool is actually really good for an exit. I'm beginning to look at the 1 minute and the 10 minutes simultaneously, and I'm just seeing all these different things, and it feels great that everything's coming together. What I need to work on still is my re-entries and my stacking. I still need a lot more practice with that, so let's see how the upcoming Japan trade goes. Finally, the Japan trading session in the next hour, let's see how that goes. Finally, let's talk about today's trading session. So I don't want to go to the spreadsheet, because the last time when I did that, that's what bombed the video. So please, I apologize if the numbers are wrong, but that's why I said there's that spreadsheet idea, or the Google Drive link idea. If you look in the about section of the video, you can look at the spreadsheet and actually see the actual numbers of today's trading session. I just don't want to bomb this video, so apologies in advance. Today's trading session was great. I did the final hour of Dow Jones before it closed, which means typically in the final hour there is a lot of movement. So started off with a couple of losses that didn't hit my stop loss. There was one particular trade that I wasn't very happy with though, which came pretty close to the stop loss, so I need to massage that moving forward and reanalyze things. But in general, I was happy, even though they were in losses. Then finally, we had a very good win streak. I was basically with trend with my 3 stack kind of rule, and yeah, it was phenomenal. And then I immediately could see where it was turning, got out, took my profit, rode the wave down. Could I have stacked in that down? Was it down? I don't know. It was down or up. Could I have rode that new trend and stacked that? Absolutely. However, I'm micro mastering my skills. I don't want to be testing my mastery of, can I see exactly when it's going to reverse and ride that, and at the same time practice stacking. I just wanted to massage one thing. So I massaged that one thing. Stacking comes later because it's still a very new skill for me. Final thing I want to mention before I wrap this up is as a result of all these new learnings, all these new findings, I'm very reluctant now and hesitant to say the very detailed specifics of exactly what I'm doing, like in comparison, like to what I was saying and how in depth I was in the previous videos. Simply because I've reached a point where I do think now I'm beginning to say like my trading style is actually my intellectual property, and I'm also very hesitant about copy trading because I've spoken to a couple of traders over this past week or so, and some of them are just, they're making money, but it's through copy trading. So I just need to squish a bug on my computer. They are making money, but they're doing it through copy trading. Copy trading does work, absolutely, but my whole thing is I'm recording this for me. This is my journey. The journaling through video just makes more sense for me. It's more natural. It's an easier way for me to come back to things. It's a good archive storage point. But at the same time, I'm doing it for you, whoever you are. And if there is just one thing that helps you to become better, then amazing. That's a cherry on top. And that's why I don't want you to become the second best Adam. I want you to become the first best you. So my specific methodologies I'm keeping to me. I need to figure out how I'm going to show that when I do finally become profitable, and I do want to do the whole live stream setup, etc., etc., etc. But that's a bridge to cross at a later stage. For now, this is where we're at, and this is kind of my best attempt at being as authentic as possible. I think including the spreadsheet in the bottom, assuming YouTube lets me post the link, that helps towards that authenticity. And yeah, I'm just kind of going with the creative flow at the moment. So we did it. It's done. Final thing that I'm really crossing fingers that I hope works is the microphone for this webcam. That's another thing that I'm busy testing. So let's hope that this entire hour or so of me speaking, because like I said, this is like the 8th attempt. So let's hope that this entire thing, the audio was actually recorded. Fingers crossed. I'll see you on the next video. Go well.